Hello friends, welcome back to the today's lecture on kinematics of particle. In that we are going to study the motion curves. Motion curves. The position coordinate, the velocity and the acceleration have been plotted against time t. The curves obtained are known as the motion curves. A study of three motion curves shows that the motion of the particle from t equals to 0 to 2 equals to infinity. Now, whenever we are plotting a position coordinate, velocity and acceleration with respect to time t, then the curve obtained are called as an motion curves. Like here you can see in the first figure on y-axis, here the position coordinate x is there, then on x-axis the time interval t is there. In the second figure, the velocity of the particle on y-axis and varying with respect to time t on x-axis, and in the third figure the acceleration a varying with respect to time on x-axis, and whatever the curve resulting out of that, so these figures are called as an motion curves. Now you can see here, whenever we are plotting, if we are having a second degree curve as a position coordinate, then we are getting a linearly varying line in velocity curve and a constant line in case of acceleration curve. Like here v equals to dx by dt. So when we are taking the second degree derivative, we will get the linear line, that is first degree line, and again further when we are taking the derivative of that dv by dt, then we are getting the constant line. So in this way the degree of the curve will go on reducing from the position vector towards the velocity vector and from velocity to the acceleration. Like here, if we are getting a third degree curve in position vector, then the velocity vector is a second degree curve and acceleration is a linearly varying line. Or we can say the reverse way, if acceleration is a constant line, velocity is a linear line and the position vector is a second degree, or if acceleration is a linear line, then velocity is a second degree curve and position vector is the third degree curve. So all these figures are called as an motion curves, where it can be plotted or varying with respect to time from t equals to 0 to t equals to infinity. Now based on these curves, there are few important points that should be noted down. That slope of x to t curve, that is dx by dt, is equals to velocity. So whatever the xt curve we are plotting, the slope of that curve dx is dx by dt, that is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which nothing but representing the velocity, because y2 minus y1 is nothing but the change in position dx and x2 minus x1 is nothing but the change in time t. So dx, or change in position with respect to time, will represent the velocity. Similarly, from vt curve, the area under the vt curve is equal to change in position, that is x2 minus x1, or we can say the distance travelled from t equals to 2 to t equals to 1, as well as slope of vt curve is equals to dv by dt, which is nothing but the acceleration. Like here, if we are considering the area covered under this vt curve, if we are taking the area of this triangle, that will nothing but it represents the change in position from x2 to x1, or from 1 to 2 seconds, as well as slope of this curve v equals to, that will represents the dv by dt, which is representing the acceleration value. Then area from AT curve, area under AT curve is equals to change in velocity, that is v2 minus v1, and movement of area under AT curve is representing the change in position x2 minus x1, or you can say the distance travelled from t equals to 2 to t equals to 1 second. So these are the few important points that we can get out of this motion curve. That is, from first xt curve we get one value, slope of xt curve is velocity. Then from vt curve we get two values, that is area under vt curve and slope of vt curve. And from at curve we get again further two values, that is area under at curve is change in velocity, and movement of area under at curve will gives us a change in position. So these important things are used by using the, or we get by using the motion curves, study of the motion curves. Now let's solve some of the problem based on this motion curves. The particle starts from rest at t equals to 0 with uniform acceleration for 2 seconds. Velocity at t equals to 2 seconds is 10 meter per second. Then for next 2 seconds, particle is moving with a constant velocity and comes to rest with deceleration at t equals to 6 seconds. What is the position of particle at t equals to 6 seconds? Now here, this problem we can solve it by using the motion curves, as the variation in the acceleration of the particle with respect to time t is given. So let's plot here. On x-axis if we are considering a time interval t, then on y-axis we are considering the velocity. Then at t equals to 0, the particle is having uniform acceleration and velocity is 10 meter per second. So at t equals to 2, the velocity of the particle is 10 meter per second. And as it is mentioned that acceleration is uniform, means constant, it means that from 0 to 2 seconds velocity is a linear line. As we are seeing in the previous slide, that if the velocity is a linear line, then acceleration is a constant line. Then next, for next 2 seconds, particle is moving with a constant velocity, means from t equals to 2 to t equals to 4 seconds, the velocity of the particle is remains constant, that is nothing but the 10 meter per second. And further it is given that it comes to rest with deceleration at t equals to 6 seconds, means in the next 6 seconds it will comes to rest, that is velocity is equals to 0, and it will be get deaccelerated, means the velocity of the particle is again comes down from 10 to, or drops down from 10 to 0, and it will be varying with a linear variation. So like this, the variation of the velocity with respect to time t is plotted in this vt curve. Now by using this vt curve, we have to determine what is the position of particle at t equals to 6 seconds. So we have to determine the position of the particle at t equals to 6 seconds, and we know that area under vt curve will gives us the change in position of the particle. Therefore we are considering the area under this vt curve from t equals to 0 to t equals to 6 seconds. So here if I am considering dividing this area of trapezoid into three parts, that is from 0 to 2, then 2 to 4, and 4 to 6. Then in the first case, x2 minus x0, here the change in position is equals to area under vt curve. So this shape is nothing but a triangular shape. So area under the triangle is half of base is 2 multiplied by height is 10, that is equals to 10. So x2 equals to 10 meter. Then next, from 2 to 4, x4 minus x2 is equals to, now the shape is a rectangle, therefore area is base multiplied by height, so 2 into 10, that is equals to 20. So x4 equals to x2 plus this 20, so 10 plus this 20 equals to 30 meter. Then next, from 4 to 6 seconds, that is x6 minus x4 equals to, again a triangle is there, so area under the triangle is, area of triangle is half of base into height, that is 10 meter, which is further x6 equals to this 30 plus the 10, that is equals to 40. So position of the particle is 40 meter from the origin, or we can say the distance traveled by the particle from 0 to 6 second is equals to 40 meter, which can be plotted by considering the area under the VT curve. Then the next example, a commuter train traveling at 64 km per hour is 4.8 km from a station. Then the train is get deaccelerated so that its speed is 32 km per hour when it is 800 meter from the station. Knowing that the train arrives at the station 7.5 minutes after beginning to deaccelerate, and assuming the constant deacceleration, determine first the time required to travel first 4 km, second the speed of the train when it arrives at station, and third the final constant deacceleration of the train. Now again this problem can be solved by using the motion curves. So here the speed of the train is mentioned with respect to the time. So here on x-axis I am taking a time interval 0, t1, t2, and then here on y-axis I am taking the velocity of the train. So initially train at 4.8 km from the station. So x0 or change in position is 4800, means this distance from 0 to t2 is equal to distance travelled is total 4800 meter, and corresponding to that v0 velocity, initial velocity is given as 17.78. So at 0 seconds the velocity of the car is train is 17.78 meter per second. Then further its speed is deaccelerated to 32 km per hour. So here 32 v1 is equals to 8.89 meter per second at time t1. Then again further its speed, and whenever its speed is 32 km per hour, the distance of the train from the station is equals to 800 meter, means here at this point initially the distance was 4800 and now at t1 point the distance is equals to 800 meter. Then further, knowing that the train arrives at station 7.5 meter after beginning to deaccelerate, it means that t2 is equals to 7.5 minutes, that is 450 seconds. So the value whenever we are considering initial position, that is 0, to the train reaching to the station, the total time interval it will take is 7.5 minutes when it starts getting deaccelerated. So t2 is given as a 450 seconds, and here x1 is 800, x0 minus x1 is 4000. So this is the given data, and from that we have plotted this VT curve. Now by using this VT curve we can determine the required quantities. First quantity is required is the time required to travel the first 4 km. How much is the time it will take to travel this first 4 km? So here from VT curve we are getting two values. First, slope of VT curve will give us the acceleration, and second the area under VT curve will give us the change in position. So by using these two things we are determining the required things. So first we are considering the area under VT curve, which is equal to change in position. So v0 plus v divided by 2 into t1, that is equals to x1 minus x0. It means that whatever the change from x equals to 0, let me take this, from x equals to 0 to x equals to t1, the area under this VT curve is the trapezoid. So trapezoidal area is equals to half of base into difference between these two values, that is v0 plus v divided by 2 into the t1. So here v0 is 17.78, then v corresponding to t1 is 8.89 divided by 2 into t1, that is equals to change in position, that is x1 minus x0, which is equals to 4000. So solving this we get the first time t1 as a 300 seconds, means to deaccelerate it and to cover first 4 kilometer it will require 300 seconds. Now the next thing asked is the speed of the train when it arrives at a station. Whatever the speed at which the train arrives the station. Now again considering the area under the VT curve from T1 to T2. So here considering this area under this VT curve from T1 to T2 as a trapezoid again. So here 8.89 and this will be the V, velocity V at which it will arrive at the station. This point T2 will represent the point corresponding to station. So here V1 plus V2 divided by 2 into T2 minus T1, that is equals to x2 minus x1. So T2 is 450, T1 is 300. Substituting the values, V1 is 8.89 plus V2 and x2 minus x1 is 800. We get the velocity with which it arrives at the station is equals to 1.778 meter per second. And the next thing it is asked the final constant deceleration of the train. Now to find out the acceleration, again we are using the second phenomena of VT curve, that is slope of VT curve is equals to acceleration. So A equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now along y-axis we are considering the velocity, so v2 minus v1 divided by t2 minus t1. So v2 minus v1 is 1.778 minus 8.889 divided by 450 minus 300. So we are getting the negative sign because the speed is get or acceleration is get reduced, that is deaccelerated. So minus 0.0474 meter per second square, or A equals to 0.0474 meter per second square retardation, or we can say that deceleration value. So in this way, by using the motion curves also we can get the required values by considering the three different motion curves, that is xt curve, vt curve and at curve. The thing is that here we have to consider that node points that from xt curve, or remember these points that from xt curve the slope of xt curve is equals to velocity. Then from vt curve we get the 2 points, area under vt curve is change in position and slope of vt curve is acceleration. Then third point, from at curve again we are getting 2 points, that is slope of area under at curve is equals to change in velocity, and the movement of area under the at curve will give us a change in position. So if the variation at different time intervals is given, then we can easily plot this xt, vt or at curve, and from the curve we can get the required values, or we can determine the required quantities. So motion curves are very much of important in case of the graphical solution of the problem. Thank you.